Hi folks, take two for this morning. I'm not any more awake than I was in take one, but we shall see how things go this time around. Anyway, welcome to the weekly video. I was reminded that I should do it when I received an email from someone who does work on YouTube videos and can help boost the channel and help our search engine optimization and all that stuff that we don't really care about. But in saying that we don't really care about it, like we do if it would help us reach other people who might enjoy the podcast, who might enjoy conversations about films and what we touch on, what we discuss. So I am going to try myself to improve maybe tags, do something that might help folk to find us on YouTube, because we are here for a reason. I don't mind talking to myself often, but it is nice when an echo comes back. So that's good. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Last week we had Christian on, bringing Kiss of the Vampire, mid-60s Hammer movie. Dave had Oddity. I think they both gave us some decent conversation. I liked that. It was a nice way to start the month, especially having Christian on. It's been too long since she's been on. She's a really good guest. We're always a little bit intimidated when we ask her along, and then when she's there, she's lovely and not intimidating in the slightest. And we even managed to drag her down to our gutter level for a little while. It was really good fun. So really nice, really nice stuff. And I will put a link to Christian's stuff below, because it's very worthwhile. She writes excellent blog entries, and she is also doing a podcast now that's, I think, on YouTube. The last thing that she did on there was a film I hadn't seen, so I didn't click on the link as such. I tend to read all of her reviews, so if it's something I've seen, I don't want to get ahead of myself, especially if it's a new release, because if I'm going to write about it, I don't want to inadvertently be wandering through the same territory as Christian, whether my mind's been sort of directed that way or it's just completely subconscious. So there is a reason for that. But her writing's excellent, and the podcast is there. I'll put all the links below for that. What else? Next week we have a change of planned movies. Tyler may not be with us because he is one of the many people in Florida dealing with the major catastrophic weather conditions at the moment. So hopefully he'll be safe and hunkered down, but he's unlikely to have power for a while. So we've also changed the title that we'll be covering. So Anna's still hoping to be joining us with her choice, which was The Amazing Mr. X. But alongside that, we'll be going with my choice, which is House of Mortal Sin, aka The Confessional, by Pete Walker, which is a mid-70s British horror about the church, really, in Britain. So I think it's a good one to talk about, and it's an interesting choice, and I continue to recommend Pete Walker to people. As I recommend, The Last Voyage of the Demeter has finally dropped legally here in the UK. It's on iTunes now. It's $9.99. I recommend it. It's a handsome, well-mounted production, and yeah, it's good stuff, and it should have been with us, ages ago. I think some people got it in cinemas for maybe one night last year. It's just embarrassing how poor that rollout was, and it's just appeared on iTunes with no fanfare. Yeah, just dumped there. So hopefully horror fans do find it there. I didn't really get anything this week, but I did get one thing that I'll be showing you in a moment. I blame my partner for this. We're along at a shopping centre, and she went into a certain shop and said, "You go into CEX." And I said, "Well, I will, but there's nothing I want." I've already got this open because this is take two, but this is another Film Vault version. It's a Shawshank Redemption, and once again, I have a memento. Let's see the rock hammer there in that one. Very nice. Posters, character cards. This is beautiful. This is apparently awkwardly folded in the same way it is in the film. And it's a replica of the letter, which begins, "Dear Red, if you're reading this, you've gotten out. And if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to come a little further." And I think you know what that means. Really, really nice. As I say, the posters, the character cards, the discs themselves are here. Standard Blu-ray and 4K again in there. Maybe one day I'll get a 4K player. I just don't know, because I really like my 3D discs. I really do. Dear Warden, you were right. Salvation lay within. Yeah, it's another really nice set. It's another one that cost a lot, but I think it's very nice. I've picked up most of these at a good price, so now I've got 4: Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas, Scarface, and Jaws. And obviously, if I see any more, then I'll be thinking, well, I've got 4, so I should try and get 5 or 6. I can't remember what else is in the series. I think Apollo 13 is in the series, and maybe 2001. God, I can't recall. I don't really want to look it up, because then I'll just be wanting them. But that was it. I've been busy with lots of horror movies, planning ahead for my blog for October, trying to do a horror movie every day whenever possible, and then November starts in November, so I like to really try and get ahead of myself. And yeah, there's some good stuff, but there's some good stuff again dropping on Shudder if you're a subscriber, or if you try the free trial at this time of year. I didn't really like VHS Beyond, wasn't a fan, but it's worked for some people. So, if there are other VHS movies on Shudder, I think the rest are still on there. There's some good fun to be had there, but I didn't really like the new one. They have some stuff coming up throughout the month that looks fun, certainly looks worthwhile. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to those. Azrael is coming on there quite soon, and I think that's either just be in the cinema in America, or maybe it's dropped on VOD at the same time. And at the end of the month, The Exorcism, which sounds horrible and ridiculous, but I'm quite happy to watch Russell Crowe develop this subgenre of films where he is a lively exorcist. So yeah, so I'll still be watching that, and I'm still going to be optimistic. Anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, let's say enjoy the podcast, enjoy the upcoming episodes, and the only change is we're not doing Tyler's film this week. That will happen in a couple of weeks. We're doing my film with the guest Anna. Simply had to shuffle things about slightly, but otherwise service continues as normal. See ya.